All right, everybody. So I'm sure, as you can see behind me, there's a bunch of stakes and string in the ground. We got a grid laid out here, 20 feet deep this way, 30 feet deep that way, with middle section. We got some treated 4x4 posts that we are about to, got concrete on there, but with the post we are about to put them in the ground. That is going to be the main frame for our new expanded chicken area. I'll put a link to an old tour video right up here somewhere. That's where it comes up at, and you'll kind of see where we had them growing at last year. But this is going to be our new venture, is in this area right here. It's going to be, I don't remember how tall in the front, but it's going to be tall. But it's going to have laying boxes all along the back, and it's going to be divided up into sections. I'm sure this will probably take a couple of videos. I'm going to try to narrow it down to 2, maybe do the post setting and some of the framing in one, and then we'll kind of finish it up with the roof and everything in the second one. It will be completely covered. The whole top will be wrapped in tin, and the sides will be in tin for the laying boxes, and then the run area of it will be kind of like we built the little chicken brooder in a previous video. It'll be 3 boards tall at the bottom with chicken wire at the top, just so it kind of aesthetically matches everything. So we're gonna knock these holes out. What we got done so far, we got the grid laid out. You see the little yellow dots painted on the ground there. We have them painted everywhere I need to put a post in the ground at. And we went and rented us a little hole auger for this particular little project, because it is 15 poles that's going in the ground. So we rented this little groundhog one-man auger. So we're gonna get it fired up here in a second, get down here and start drilling some holes. You can see right there I test drilled one already just to make sure everything worked good. So we're gonna get this thing fired up and get it moved over in there and start augering some holes so we can start getting some posts set. And hopefully we'll get all that done today, is get all the posts set. So y'all stay tuned. I'll probably video one hole being drilled out, and then I'll just time lapse the rest to save on video length. I know y'all don't like super long videos, so we'll try to just time lapse the rest of the holes being drilled. All right, so we got the little engine running and warming up on there, and Zach is gonna be our cameraman for digging this first hole right over here. So we're gonna get to it. This engine may be a little loud on there. And just like that, that is the reason why we rented it. You see how easy it was to dig that hole. So we got 14 more to go. So I'm gonna set y'all up on a time lapse over here and let her go. Ooh, and as you can see, it took a little bit of work, but that's way better than doing it with post hole diggers. So we got all 15 holes dug, and as you can see down in there, holes filled up with water, which will make concreting pretty easy. So we're about to start setting posts in the ground here in just a little bit, and we will catch up with y'all after the posts are in the ground. All right, so as you can see, we got all the posts in the hole. We got this back row right here braced up, leveled up. So they're ready to have concrete poured in the holes, but we're gonna get the other 10 posts leveled up and braced off, and we're gonna do all the concrete at one time. I mean, it's basic bracing, one on each side to hold it level both ways. So she's good to go. So as you can see, this one's all crooked, that one's all crooked, so we're gonna get them leveled up and ready for concrete, and then we'll pour the concrete in the hole and put some water in there and mix it around a little bit and let it set overnight. So we'll see you in a little bit. And as always, when you get good into a project, something crazy happens. Like one of these new goats we got is a climbing fool. She can climb out of this gate with these pins that we got her and got them in. So she's out. So we got to go open the gate and get her back in the pen, because she don't like staying in the pen. Even though she gets out of the pen and all she does is scream to get back in the pen. So then we open the gate, she goes right back in there. So why she gets out, I don't know. Come on. All right, y'all go bring her around to the gate. Huh? I want you to go around that way because she's trying to head to the back, please. She might come around this, back around this way. Now we put these gates in, we put this chicken wire at the bottom on the bottom 2 rails. That way the little ones wouldn't get out, but she can get out. Zach got her by the collar, so she's not real lead friendly per se. Come on.
Walk with me.
Come on, get back in here. No. So go back in the pen, back to chicken work. All right, guys and gals, we got all the posts in. They're all nice and pretty, leveled, braced up, and we have concreted them in. I didn't film none of the concrete. It's just pouring concrete in a hole. We don't mix the concrete up before we put it in the hole. Concrete works off a chemical reaction with when you get it wet. It doesn't need to be mixed per se. So all we done was pour the concrete in the hole, which was just about full of water anyway, just because it's rained so much, so the water level is really high in the ground. So we just poured it in there, took a stick and jobbed it down in there some, just to make sure it was mixed up a little bit, and sprayed it down, and everything will be wet. It'll be good. They'll set up overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna start the side framing across here. Well, we're gonna come off this post because this is the shortest post we got right here. So we're gonna come off this and shoot straight down this back row level and cut all the tops off. That way our whole back wall is the same height. And then we're gonna figure out exactly how tall we want the front, and which is tall. It's way up yonder. These are 12-foot beams, and they're 2 foot in the ground, so it's still 10 feet sticking up out of there. But we're going to figure out the angle we want to be able to cut these off. And once we mark this one here, which is the lowest one, because this ground does gradually slope down this way, so we'll figure out how tall we want it on that front side, and then we'll mark them level all the way across. That way the whole front and the roof is level. And then we'll put our beams up from the top of this past this one to the back wall. There's the boys. And then that'll give us a place where we can mark and cut the middle boards off. We'll get those cut off, and then we'll be framing in the back here for where the actual laying boxes are going to go. It's going to be 7 sections in here, and they'll be 4 feet wide and 20 foot long. So they're not going to have a ton of room to run around in, but this is not for free range style chickens. That's what we're going to be using our old coop over there for. Will be for our run around chickens in the yard. This will be purely for pure breed chickens, and that way we can have each breed in its own section. And like I said before, this whole top will be covered. We're gonna put tin all the way across the top, and make it all covered up so they'll stay dry and all that good stuff. So, but this is gonna be the end of this video right here. We'll just call this video setting beams for the chicken coop or something. I mean, you can pretty much use this for setting beams for just about anything. So our next video will be about the framing in part that we're going to be doing on all the rest of it. For the little house parts, the coop, the actual coop areas, and sectioning off the run areas and all that. So that'll be our next video. So we're going to end this one right here, and we'll see you on the next one.